Have you ever considered how your daily diet might be influencing your risk of developing cancer? A fascinating question, isn't it? Cancer is a multifaceted disease with numerous contributing elements, and while genetics and lifestyle choices bear significant influence, diet also plays a pivotal role. We are about to venture into the realm of 7 common foods that, surprisingly, have been associated with an increased risk of cancer. But first, let's ponder this. How aware are you of the impact your diet can have on your risk of cancer? It's quite astonishing to discover that certain foods, especially processed ones laden with additives, preservatives, unhealthy fats, and sugars, can escalate the risk. So, if you're apprehensive about your cancer risk, it's time to scrutinize your plate. Adopting a diet abundant in fruits, whole grains, lean proteins, and vegetables could be your first step towards a healthier life. Now that we understand the potential impact of diet on cancer risk, it's time to reveal the top 7 cancer-causing foods that you might want to avoid. Firstly, beware the processed meats like bacon, hot dogs, and beef jerky. Now, we all love a good barbecue or a hot dog at the ballpark, but these processed meats are often loaded with preservatives and additives that have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. How does this happen, you ask? Well, these meats often contain nitrates and nitrites, substances used to preserve color and prolong shelf life. When cooked or digested, they can convert into compounds called nitrosamines, which are known carcinogens. Moreover, processed meats are typically high in saturated fats, which can contribute to obesity. And we know that obesity is a significant risk factor for several types of cancer. So, if you can't resist the allure of bacon or hot dogs, consider opting for versions without added nitrates or nitrites, or better yet, limit your consumption of these foods. Next on our list, we're talking about a sweet but potentially harmful substance. Sugar, although sweet and satisfying, can be a hidden enemy in your diet. It's a staple in many of our favorite treats, but when consumed in excess, it can lead to a host of health issues, including obesity. Obesity, in turn, significantly increases the risk of several types of cancer. Now let's clarify something. It's not that sugar directly causes cancer. Instead, high sugar intake can lead to weight gain, and it's this weight gain and obesity that are strongly linked with cancer. Sugar also causes inflammation and insulin resistance, both of which promote cancer growth. Moreover, diets high in sugar often lack essential nutrients, further reducing your body's ability to prevent cancer. So what can you do? Moderation is key. Limit your intake of sugary drinks, sweets, and refined carbohydrates. Opt for natural sweeteners like honey or stevia, and embrace a diet rich in whole foods like fruits and vegetables. Let's move on to another common but potentially harmful dietary component. Alcohol, enjoyed by many, but did you know it might be increasing your cancer risk? Yes, you heard it right. Alcohol has been linked to several types of cancer, including those of the breast, mouth, and liver. It's all about the metabolism of alcohol. When our bodies break down alcohol, they produce a chemical called acetaldehyde. This substance is a carcinogen, which means it can damage DNA and proteins, leading to cellular changes that result in cancer. Moreover, alcohol can also increase the levels of certain hormones in the body, such as estrogen, which is linked to breast cancer. It's not about completely banning the bubbly from your life, but it's about moderation. The less alcohol you drink, the lower your risk for cancer. It's as simple as that. Now, we're moving on to a broad category that includes many of our daily foods. Packaged and processed foods might be convenient, but they could be costing you your health. The convenience of these foods often hides a less appetizing truth. They're generally loaded with additives and preservatives, substances that might not be as benign as we'd like them to be. These additives are designed to prolong shelf life and enhance flavor, but they can also be harmful to our bodies. Many of these substances have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. For instance, sodium nitrite, a common preservative in processed meats, has been associated with certain types of cancer. Similarly, the high levels of sugars and unhealthy fats found in many processed foods can contribute to obesity, another major risk factor for cancer. Additionally, studies have shown that certain food colorings and flavor enhancers, which are prevalent in packaged foods, may also pose a risk. So the next time you reach for that convenient packaged snack, remember, its true cost might be much higher than its price tag. Lastly, let's talk about a cooking method that might need some reconsideration. Those crispy fries or that well-done steak might taste good, but they could be increasing your cancer risk. Overcooked and fried foods, especially when prepared at high temperatures, can produce harmful carcinogens. When foods are cooked to the point of charring or burning, they form compounds known as heterocyclic amines and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. These compounds have been linked to various types of cancer in numerous studies. Fried foods, on the other hand, often contain trans fats and are typically cooked in hydrogenated oils. These oils are high in unhealthy fats, which can lead to inflammation and potentially increase the risk of cancer. Moreover, acrylamide, a chemical formed when frying, roasting, or baking carbohydrate-rich foods at high temperatures, is considered a probable human carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. Now that you're armed with this knowledge, it's time to make healthier choices. Opt for cooking methods such as boiling, steaming, or grilling to reduce your exposure to these harmful compounds. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to reducing your cancer risk. Today, we discussed the significant role that diet plays in this equation, highlighting 7 common foods linked to an increased risk of cancer. These include processed meats, sugar, alcohol, packaged and processed foods, overcooked and fried foods, as well as certain carcinogen-containing items. Now, armed with this knowledge, you have the power to make healthier choices. Opt for a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Shun processed foods, limit your alcohol intake, and avoid overcooking your meals. Remember, the choices you make today will impact your health tomorrow. It's never too late to start making positive changes. Help spread the word about the impact of diet on cancer risk by sharing this video. Let's work together to live healthier, cancer-free lives.